distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I feel very much honored to be considered meriting this award. And I want to thank the organizers, the Nigerian Institute National Marketing. I must say that I did enjoy my time in marketing, and I had actually applied myself to it, both here and in the various countries in which I have worked. I enjoy particularly the founding of the Nigerian Marketing Association, in which I had the opportunity to interact with the great marketing practitioners, one of whom is here today, the elder Felix Odiwere. What I did learn from them, I actually enriched my experience in the classroom and the teaching and the coaching that I was able to give to my students. And I want to thank the likes of the late I.S. Momeke, Fred Okola, Felix Ohiwere, Mike Agbakoba, my good friend, and
Latest entrant, latest technology. Welcome to Intel 4G LTE Advanced and experience super fast internet access today. Visit intel.com.ng or any of our stores in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt to get started. Intel. Live more.
A country endowed with abundant natural resources, one that recognizes that its core strength lies in its massive human capital and its huge population, the fulcrum of its enormous manpower reserve. This is a country that belongs to all Nigerians, irrespective of tribe, language, or religion. And that is why
attacks on INEC offices and political campaigns will henceforth be dealt with equal security aggression. Stakeholders warn.
Those people who have gangsters working for them, I want to send a very, very clear warning. You will be visited with appropriate, with commensurate response.
More succor for victims of flood disasters.
Now, the expectations were high for Bayelsa. Nature also took its course, and we couldn't deliver as at that time.
January to December fiscal year, National Assembly hosts more MDAs as they defend 2023 budget estimates.
The international community in March this year removed Nigeria from that particular stigma of the multi-dangerous water trade.
Hello and thanks for joining us on the Network News. I'm Elizabeth Omori. Adiola Komiakere joins us from Lagos. Don't forget to follow this newscast live on our website, nt.ng/live, NT News Now on Twitter, as well as other social media platforms displayed on the screen. Perpetrators of attacks on INEC offices and political campaigns should be confronted with maximum force. National Security Advisor Major General Babagana Monguno gave the directive at a meeting on election security at the INEC headquarters, Abuja. Neil Gidi reports.
To the 2023 elections, the process experiencing some scuffles, INEC comes with 2 complaints before 2 top security men.
First, the simultaneous attacks on our local government area offices in Abuja South in Ogun State and Ede South in Osun State. Turning to the spate of attacks during the ongoing political campaigns and rallies, the Commission has so far tracked 50 incidents across 21 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory.
Those people who have gangsters working for them, I want to send a very, very clear warning to each and every one, regardless of whichever party, including the party of the president. For as long as you decide to scuttle the electoral process, the law enforcement agencies will equally be uninhibited in reacting to whatever actions you have taken. You will be visited with appropriate, with commensurate response. I think a word is enough for the wise.
With the incidences so far, arrests have been made, investigations have been conducted, and some suspects have been charged to court.
Clear directives from the top to the bottom of the security hierarchy to clear any obstruction on the way to violent free polls in 2023. Mie Ogidi, NTA News.
And the Defense Headquarters has directed the armed forces to sustain its aggressive operations across the country and to remain apolitical. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, gave the directive at the closing of the 2022 Defense Advisors and Attaches Conference holding at the Defense Intelligence Headquarters, Abuja.
I urge you to respect the rule of law and remain loyal to the constituted authorities and shun partisan politics and acts that are prejudicial to the interests of the nation. For the operations across the various theaters, we will also maintain alertness and the aggressive posture which we have continued to display in order to ensure that the lives of citizens and of course properties of all Nigerians are well protected.
The outcome of the conference attests to the relevance of the Defense Advisors Defense Attaché system in advancing Nigeria's national security and defense objectives.
The event, with more than 90 countries in attendance, also praised operations of the Defense Intelligence and made projections for 2023. Meanwhile, Chairman of the Women Wing of the 2023 Tinubu Shetima Presidential Campaign Council, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, says the settlement of internally displaced persons will receive the attention of government if Tinubu is voted president in 2023. As part of commitment to this plan, food items were donated to internally displaced persons in Area 1, Abuja. Sally Wanara reports.
If there is life, there is hope, and we keep on encouraging them that they should not lose focus.
Words of encouragement from the former First Lady of Borno State, Nana Kashim Shettima, to the internally displaced persons from Goza in Borno State who are settled in Abuja. In the spirit of electioneering campaigns ahead of the 2023 presidential election, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, on behalf of the Women Wing of the Tinubu Shetima presidential campaign, donated 100 bags of rice, 500 wrappers, 500 tubers of yams, 100 cartons of noodles, 30 cartons of vegetable oil, and cash to serve as empowerment grants for youth in the camp.
We can't live in our homes and expect our brothers and sisters to be, sleeping in sheds around. That we will make sure that we continually remind our husbands of the plight of these people, that they have to be resettled.
Tinubu Shetima mandate is for all Nigerians, and we are willing to support in whatever way that we can bring succor to our people. All these things that we bring to us, each of everybody, he will take it and eat it and will continue praying till we see that he cleared the stage by the grace of God.
The team assured them of a better life outside the camp if Tinubu is given the mandate. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
Mobilizing women for effective participation in the 2023 general elections was the focus of a seminar put together by the New Nigeria People's Party towards building support for its presidential candidate, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. The forum agreed that any candidate who is truly ready to win the election must give due attention to women. David Ire reports.
The campaign strategy of the NNPP is to give attention to various groups relevant in the electioneering, build a support base around them with emphasis on what they stand to gain from the victory of Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. These women, selected from all the various groups across the Federation, will serve as foot soldiers to take the NNPP campaign to the grassroots.
We shall mobilize several citizens to join NNPP. You cannot be a beautiful program. That's a great thing. But this is not marketed as grassroots. They do not know what is the content.
The leadership of the party is mindful of the likely benefits if the women are able to spread to every ward and local government the leadership qualities of Senator Kwankwaso and his agenda for the women if elected.
If you are looking for 35% or 50% or parity, you must get education part. If you like education, you cannot get education. There's no way you can give me a space and take it out. So education is the foundation.
Free natal and maternal health care in all government health facilities across the Federation is part of the policies for women contained in the presidential blueprint recently unveiled by Senator Kwankwaso. In Abuja, David Ire, NTA News.
The People's Democratic Party's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar said he is hopeful that lingering crisis between him and G5 governors will soon be a thing of the past as efforts are on to settle amicably. He made the remark in an interview shortly after his visit to former military president General Ibrahim Babangida in company of some serving and former governors, senators and former military officers at his hilltop residence in Mina. Fatima Usman reports.
The People's Democratic Party's presidential flag bearer Atiku Abubakar explained that they were in Mina to pay respects to General Ibrahim Babangida for the services he has rendered to the nation and also seek for his blessings. On the lingering crisis within the PDP, he maintained that it is a family affair. The party will come out of it intact before the 2023 general elections, when Nigerians will see a united and very strong PDP ready to take over mantle of leadership.
They are the fathers of post-war Nigeria, and they also nursed the current democratic dispensation in our country. So we'll continue to come and pay our respects to them and remind them of their contributions to this country. First and foremost, about Borno incident is most unfortunate. Yes, we signed peace accord.
Governor of Delta State and Vice Presidential candidate PDP, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, that of Taraba and Sokoto, Darius Ishaku and Aminu Waziri Tambwal were on Atiku's entourage in Mina. Fatima Ali, NTA News.
Still on campaign visits, the presidential campaign candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi, says moving the country from consumption to a producing economy is a panacea to join Nigeria to the League of Developed Economies. He made the assertion in Auchi during his campaign visit to Edo North Senatorial District. Victor Ojion Archer reports.
The presidential candidate of Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, on arriving Auchi, immediately went to the palace of the Otaro of Auchi for royal blessing. At the palace of the Otaro of Auchi, Mr. Obi, who disclosed that 60% Nigerian youths are unemployed, said his desire to lead the country is as a result of unemployment, insecurity, and bad economy, which he promised to revive if voted for.
I want all of us to please join hands together with him. Let us see how we can rescue Nigeria from this predicament.
The Otaru of Auchi, His Royal Highness Alirumomo Ikelebe III, said Nigeria needs an upright and incorruptible leader who will be able to put the country in the right perspective. Mr. Peter Obi, who met with the Labour Party members at the Ikelebe Sports Arena, assured Nigerians of effective leadership if voted as president of the country. In Auchi, Victor Odion Acha, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the All Progressives Grand Alliance APGA has refuted all allegations of internal crisis within the party, stressing that the office of the APGA national chairman is not in contention. Kenneth Nanim reports.
Political activities ahead of 2023 general elections intensify. Disagreements within party hierarchy becomes inevitable. The All Progressives Grand Alliance APGA is setting the record straight over an alleged leadership crisis.
I challenge Njoku today, let him call a press conference and tell the world, see, I instituted this suit from High Court to Supreme Court and I won the suit. Let him show you one. Let him also show you evidence that he held a national convention by giving you INEC monitoring committee's reports. He doesn't have any. Let him show you one. Anything that gave legitimacy to his claim as national chairman. One.
Victor Oye condemns what he describes as an attempt to plunge the party into a mere gimmicks to distract APGA supporters away from its strategies to winning the presidential and other elections come 2023, but says the party remains resolute. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
You're watching the Network News on NTA. Let's take a break. More reports ahead. To stay with us.
The Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, welcomes the United Nations World Tourism Organization Secretary General and Ministers of Tourism, Culture and Arts from the UNWTO member states to the first UNWTO Global Conference on Linking Tourism, Culture and the Creative Industries. Date from 14th to 16th November 2022. Venue, National Theatre, Igomu, Lagos. Workshops and technical sessions starts on 14th November. Opening ceremony 15th November, time 10 a.m. A day with Nollywood. 16th November, time 10 a.m. Special guest UNWTO Secretary General Mr. Zurab Pololikashvili. Special guest of honor His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari GCFR, President Federal Republic of Nigeria. Mrs. Lydia Shehu Jafia MNI, Permanent Secretary Federal Ministry of Information and Culture. Announcer.
Jama'ar Emirate Council Bauchi State cordially invites the general public to the coronation event and presentation of staff of office to the Emir of Jama'ar His Royal Highness Alhaji Nuhu Ahmad Wabi MNI. The coronation and presentation of staff of office is to be performed by His Excellency the Executive Governor of Bauchi State, Senator Bala Abdulkadir Muhammad, CON, Kauran Bauchi. The event comes up on Sunday, 13th November 2022 by 2 p.m. at Sport Complex situated on Kano Road, Jama'ar Town, Bauchi State. Expected at the occasion are royal fathers, distinguished political, religious, business and administrative leaders and other personalities from within and outside Bauchi State. Join the Wabi dynasty in another round of historic coronation. You are all invited. Central Planning Committee announcer.
The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board JAMB, in consultation with the National Universities Commission NUC, National Commission for Colleges of Education NCCE, National Board for Technical Education NBT, has upgraded its integrated brochure and slab system IBAS to also serve as a communication platform between JAMB on one hand and each of the regulatory bodies NUC, NCCE and NBT and every tertiary institution in Nigeria on the other hand. This is in addition to the use of the existing CAPS platform for processing admission and admission-related communication hybrid session. To roll out the platforms and familiarize stakeholders with the platforms are scheduled for the institutions on Monday, 14th November 2022. The training session slated for 14th of November 2022, session 1, 11 a.m. for all institutions in the northern states of Nigeria, including FCT. Session 2, 2 p.m. for all institutions in the southern states of Nigeria. The meeting IDs and passwords have been forwarded to each institution. The chief executives and other designated officials of JAM, NUC, NCCE, and NBT are to attend both sessions in person at JAM headquarters, Abuja. Announcer Management.
Welcome to the Airtel side of life.
where you're covered in a variety of reliable ways. Get a router for just 10,000 naira with up to 240 gigabyte, or this MiFi for 7,500 naira with up to 150 gigabyte, or this for 5,000 naira with up to 125 gigabyte bonus data. More data, more you. Reliable home broadband by Airtel, the smart home network.
The Ministry of Mines and Steel Development invites stakeholders and general public to submit memoranda for the 2022 edition of the National Council on Mining and Mineral Resources Development meeting. Theme: realigning the minerals and metals industry to address the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. Date: Monday 5th to Wednesday 7th December 2022. Venue: Mariam Babangida Auditorium, National Center for Women Development. Time: 9 a.m. daily. For further inquiries, call 080-6538-2868, 080-3913-3437. Deadline for submission of memoranda is 25th November 2022. Dr. Oluwatoyin Akinlade, Permanent Secretary, Announcer. The Honorable Minister of Education, Malam Adamu invites all candidates who had successfully completed the Commonwealth Scholarship and Fellowship Plan (CSFP) application form via the electronic application system (EAS) and fulfilled all necessary requirements stipulated in the 2022 CSFP prospectus to attend nomination interview scheduled for the 21st to 24th November 2022. Monday 21st November 2022, candidates from Northwest and Southwest. Tuesday 22nd November 2022, candidates from North Central and South. Wednesday 23rd November 2022, candidates from Northeast and Southeast. Time: 9 a.m. Venue: Westport Hotel, Central Business District, Abuja. For further inquiries, contact the Director and Secretary, Federal Scholarship Board, via fsbcws@education.gov.ng or call 091-2451-6750, 090-8245-4557. Andrew David Abijo, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Education, Announcer.
Thanks for staying with us. Now to budget defense. Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency (NIMASA) is projecting 160 billion revenue generation in 2023. Director General of the agency, Dr. Bashir Jamal, gave this projection while defending the 2023 budget proposal of NIMASA before the Senate Committee on Marine Transport. National Assembly correspondent Dayo Ogunshola reports.
Appraisal of 2023 budget scrutinies of agencies under Senate Committee on Marine Transport kicked off with justifications of previous appropriations to the agencies. Then, the committee decided to spotlight NIMASA from the point of view of Deep Blue project.
As of today, from the third quarter of 2021 till date, we don't have single attack. In addition to that, the international community in March this year removed Nigeria from that particular stigma of the most dangerous water trade.
This when you maintain and sustain the budget to sustain over a long period of time.
Two other agencies that appeared before the committee are Nigeria Shippers Council and the Council for the Regulation of Freight Forwarding in Nigeria.
And so we believe that we will start implementing the ICT, and that in itself is a revenue earning source that will definitely address all of these challenges that we have been established here.
Meanwhile, the House Committee on Public Petitions directed the Public Complaints Commission to provide comprehensive report on how it expended the Federal Government Intervention Fund for 2022.
People must come be here on Tuesday. That you'll be able to tell or capture what you use the intervention money to do. How much have you received? Even if it means I didn't do. Because we are supposed to know. I don't know who gave you the impression that that money is different from budget.
For this reason, the budget defense was shifted to another date. From the National Assembly, Dayo Ogunshola, NTA News.
A coalition of health advocates under the aegis of civil society organizations has made a case for increments in the 5.7% proposed 2023 budget allocated to the health sector to ensure the attainment of universal health coverage. Led by Development Research and Project Center, the groups are also appealing for inclusion of family planning commodities funding in the 2023 budget to avoid setbacks experienced in services in 2022 budget. Ngozi Teknikio completes the story.
Health is wealth is a popular adage, and a healthy nation is often considered a wealthy nation. Little wonder the health status of any nation is usually prioritized. Statistics by the World Health Organization indicates that Nigeria accounts for 34% of global maternal mortality. Reason for this gathering, which is making a demand for an increase in the budgetary allocation for the health sector, in line with the Abuja Declaration of the African Union of 15% recommendation.
The Technical Strategic Group, TSG, of the Legislative Initiative for Sustainable Development requests commitments and investment intervention to fulfill Nigeria's commitment to pay $4 million for family planning commodities.
We still remain the custodian of the grassroots, advocate for the improvement in the health budget. The population of Nigeria is huge. The demand for health services is also huge.
The group, therefore, appealed for improved budgetary allocation to complement projects carried out by the NGOs, such as Partnership for Advocacy in Child and Family Health at Scale, Legislative Advocacy Initiative for Sustainable Development, National Health Advocates, among others.
Family planning is very important to reduce maternal mortality, to encourage child spacing, to improve women empowerment.
Our people now, they are going to backyard and accessing the family planning commodity because there is no family planning commodity in the health facilities.
With advocacy such as this, the group are optimistic that the National Assembly will have a rethink on the health budgetary allocation before the budget is passed into law. Ngozi Teknikio, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Minister of State for Education has described the 10% allocation to the education sector in the 2023 budget as a step in the right direction as Nigeria gradually moves to achieve the 15% internationally recognized and recommended baseline. At a budget defense meeting with the Senate and House Joint Committee on Tertiary Education, the minister added that provisions have been made in the budget to improve security in schools. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports.
The minister itemized the needs of the sector, such as improved infrastructure, qualified personnel, and security in schools.
The general security challenge in the country is equally affecting the education sector. We have proposed an increase in the budgetary provision to provide for protective equipment to make learning environments safer for the tertiary education students.
He also told the committee that some newly established tertiary institutions were not captured in the 2023 budget proposal. The meeting continued behind closed doors. Also at the National Assembly for Budget Defense was the head of service who appeared before the House Committee on Public Service Matters.
Kindly look at that request that the renovation of the Secretariat should be a priority of the 2023 budget.
There is a need for the committee to invite the minister. The situation of the Federal Secretariat need an urgent intervention.
The Federal Civil Service Commission and the Federal Government Staff Loans Board also took turns to defend their budgets for 2023. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Away from budget defense, security forces in Kaduna have neutralized one Dogo-mate Kasuwa, a notorious commander of bandits who led attacks and kidnappings along Kaduna-Kashia Road and in some communities in Chukun and Kajuru local government areas. Dogo-mate Kasuwa was always dressed in green military camouflage and fabricated AK-47 rifles. In a statement, the State Commissioner, Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Arowan, confirmed an encounter between security forces and a gang which led to the death of the notorious kingpin. Some Bandits escaped with wounds and one was found dead during the encounter. Stakeholders are seeking more support to assist the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) in its efforts at ridding Nigeria of drug abuse and trafficking. This was at the public burning of more than 4,000 kilograms of narcotic and psychotropic substances forfeited from convicted persons in Jalingo, Taraba State. Adamu Haruna Adams tells us more.
Public destruction of illicit drugs by burning in Taraba State was carried out for the second time in the past 3 years. It would be recalled on the 18th July 2019, the State Command National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, in a similar exercise, publicly burned narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances forfeited from persons convicted by the Jalingo Division of the Federal High Court. Chairman, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, represented by Commander Zone B, Idris Bello, said burning of forfeited drugs is a hallmark of global drug control mechanism.
As these drugs exhibit go up in flames, we sincerely hope that the agents of darkness, that is the illicit drug merchants, will jettison illicit drug dealing and engage themselves in legitimate businesses.
Assorted deadly weeds and psychotropic substances totaling 4,059.367 kilograms with an estimated value of millions of naira being mopped out of circulation in the state by the agency from December 2019 to September 2022.
The stakeholders were unanimous that drug constitutes a serious threat to democracy, societal peace, and stability. In Jalingo, Adamu Haruna Adams, NTA News.
Let's take you to Anambra, where the state government has temporarily closed down the Onitsha drug market following chemical explosion that claimed some lives and property last Tuesday. The measure is for the state authorities to determine the remote and immediate causes of the explosion and prevent future occurrence. Uchenna Mokuyo visited the market for an update.
Excavation in search of people that may still be trapped in the rubble was still ongoing, with fire truck on standby at the time NTA visited the scene. The chairman of the market, Chukwuleta Ndubisi, said from their records 3 persons are dead, while 7 others are lying critical in the hospital.
The government have sent their delegates here. Many of them have come here and witnessed what happened. They have asked questions and we have give them what we know and how the thing happened. We want to make sure this place is evacuated so that we know the number of people that we lost. Then we are appealing to federal government to come and help us.
Director, Environment and Sanitation Department, Onitsha South Local Government Area, Mrs. Gina Ifejika, explained that the market will only be safe for trade again a month after the excavation and proper fumigation.
What we are talking now is that we wouldn't want to have more than 2-3 types of chemical in one shop. In the market, they have more than 12 different chemicals in one shop. The chemicals are being installed. We have what we call cross ventilation. There will be window here, there will be window here, there will be door here, there will be door there. Like in my office now, you have no ventilation. The air comes from this side and goes out from the other side, which is also in the market.
The traders called on government at all levels and public-spirited individuals to come to their aid to enable them start life again. In Onitsha, Uchenna Mokuyo, NTA News.
To humanitarian affairs, the National Emergency Management Agency (NEMA) has delivered hundreds of metric tons of grains and other food items to Bayelsa State to ameliorate the pains occasioned by the 2022 heavy flood. The Director Search and Rescue Air Commodore Edward Kolawole Adedokun said the delay in the supply of the items to the state was due to the broken sections of the East-West Road, the only land gateway to Bayelsa State. Ibimini Titimiyola reports.
The massive devastation and dire humanitarian needs occasioned by the 2022 flood disaster in Bayelsa have been generating a lot of outcry that the state should be given proper attention. The federal government, through the National Emergency Management Agency (NEMA), has sent food and non-food items to the people of Bayelsa State to cushion their sufferings.
You know the flood cut off so many, including Kogi State was cut off at some point. Nature also took its course and we couldn't deliver.
They brought for 1,000 families, but there are well over 2 million people here in this state.
Only a few days ago, the Director General of NEMA during NTA's News and Current Affairs flagship program, Tuesday Live, promised that food items will be sent to Bayelsa State in no distance time. And here they are today. In Yenagua, Ebinimi Zitemiola, NTA News.
And more international charity organizations have continued to send relief support to victims of flood disasters in Nigeria. The latest donation is from the United Arab Emirates Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center. Ilyasu Yakubu reports.
This is the third time in 2 weeks the Nigerian government is receiving relief support from international charity organizations following the floods that devastated many communities and rendered millions homeless across the country. The UAE ambassador to Nigeria, Dr. Fahad Al-Tafaq, presented the items on behalf of the government and people of UAE. He said the 2022 flood disaster is overwhelmingly tragic, hence this deployment of support to the government and people of Nigeria.
This is one token to appreciate the relationship, the growing relationship that we have with Nigeria, and that we hope we can continue to build upon what we have done so far and enhance our bilateral relations.
The DG NEMA appreciated the kind gesture from the government and people of United Arab Emirates.
It's a great pleasure to have the support of the United Arab Emirates to the people who are affected by the 2022 flood.
The items donated include food and non-food items. In Abuja, Ilyasu Yakubu, NTA News.
This is the Network News on NTA. Time to join Adiola in Lagos for more reports. Hello, Adiola.
Thank you, Elizabeth. The Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, says the Akpongbo Bridge in Lagos will not be opened to traffic this Christmas period as rehabilitation work is still ongoing. The minister made the observation during the inspection of bridges in the state.
This is not the best of time for commuters and motorists plying the Akpongbo and Eko Bridge, as the bridge will remain closed till May 2023. The Minister of Works and Housing, who took an on-the-spot assessment on the level of rehabilitation work on the affected Akpongbo Bridge, believes that the possibility of reopening the bridge soon seems unlikely, as some of the equipment has been deployed to Costain Ijora Olopa of the Eko Bridge for emergency rehabilitation work. In a joint media briefing, the Minister of Works reiterated the federal government's resolve to clear illegal occupants under bridges in the state.
We're telling the Lagos State government now, you have our support, you have our encouragement, and we will work side by side with you to remove all the residents who use under bridges as places of trading. They are not places of trading. You can't be cooking there, you can't be setting up manufacturing and assembling processes there and endangering not only your life but also the lives of others.
It's adding to traffic, it's adding to business losses. People will not be able to sell well in October and December because the bridge will not be open. So most people will not go there because of traffic.
The minister, however, appealed to Lagos residents to cooperate with traffic personnel as the state explore ways of easing the gridlock being experienced daily. In Lagos, Ruth Ario Samuel, NTA News.
Cadbury Nigeria PLC, makers of Bonvita and the subsidiary of Mondelez International, one of the largest snacking companies in the world, has recorded another milestone with the launch of a chocolatey, crunchy and tasty Bonvita biscuit. The delicious snack with a soothing and delicious aftertaste was unveiled in Lagos.
Brand's purpose has always been to inspire generosity in the world.
Are you a lover of snacks and desire one that is of great quality? Now you have it.
Bonvita Biscuit!
Bonvita biscuit is a great combination of distinctive flavor and nutrition with its signature crunchy texture and chocolatey taste of Bonvita for the family. Managing Director Cadbury Nigeria PLC, Oyeyemika Adeboye, says it took the company 8 years for their dream to come to fruition. She is optimistic that the biscuit will compete favorably in the market.
There are 200 million Nigerians, 65% of them are under 25. They snack. There is not even enough yet. So there's plenty of room for us to even grow the brand. We're a snacking company and biscuit is a segment we haven't played in yet. And we are here now in biscuit and growing our portfolio.
Bonvita biscuit, the company says, is very affordable.
It is unique because no other brand in the market has that so much chocolatey taste. It is crunchy and it's filled with so much goodness. And again, made with a real Bonvita. And don't forget that it's made from Cadbury Nigeria, and we are known for trusted quality products in the markets.
I look at the taste of the biscuits. Let's look at because it's Bonvita biscuit, it has Bonvita in it. It also has other nutrients in it. So for the small 6 cookie going for 60 naira and the 10 cookie going for 100 naira, we believe is affordable.
The production of Bonvita biscuit, the fourth category of product after cocoa beverage, candy and gum, produced by Cadbury Nigeria PLC, has received accolades from its consumers and created thousands of direct and indirect jobs in the supply value chain. Well, that's a bit from Lagos. Do not forget that you can still follow this news telecast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other verified social media handles displayed on the screen for updates. We'll be right back with more reports. Don't go away.
Welcome to the Glow Festival of Joy. It's a celebration like no other, with prizes like no other. 20 new houses to be won, 24 brand new cars, 200 sewing machines, 100 generators, 1,000 rechargeable fans. It's trading giddy got prizes this season in the Glow Festival of Joy promo. Dial *611# to enter and grab your share of prizes in this celebration of a lifetime. It can only be Glow. Glow Festival of Joy promo. Dial *611# now.
The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) hereby informs the general public that the preliminary register of voters will be displayed for public scrutiny in all registration areas, wards, nationwide from Saturday 12th to Friday 18th November 2022. The preliminary register of voters will also be displayed on the Commission's official website. INEC will address the claims, objections, and complaints arising from the public scrutiny of the register at registration areas, wards from Saturday 12th to Friday 18th November 2022 and at INEC local government offices from Saturday 19th to Friday 25th November 2022. All registered voters are advised to cross-check their details in the register. Any voter whose name and personal particulars are incorrect can file a claim. Furthermore, the public can file objections against any name wrongfully included in the register. This message is from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC.
When we are asleep in the night, they are awake. When we are awake in the morning, they are still awake. In the bush, air, land and sea, every time, anytime, everywhere. They are our security forces. In season and out of season, standing in there for you and I, standing in there for our nation to keep Nigeria safe. Let us always support them. Let us pray for them. Let us help them to serve us better, to serve the nation better. Let us support the federal government of Nigeria. Together, we can weather the storm. Vital information, call
091 35 90 4467.
Everyone loves Jara, and every pack of Maggie Star 100 cubes now comes with 5 extra Maggie cubes just for you. Look out for the new Maggie Star pack to get your own Jara inside. Maggie, cook the difference.
The Zenith Better Life promo is back, and it's bigger and better. You could be one of 20 lucky customers to win 150,000 naira every 2 weeks from now till January 31st, 2023. To qualify, simply open a Zenith Bank account and maintain a minimum balance of 5,000 naira. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com/betterlife. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
They say nothing good comes easy, but with determination and sheer focus, Boa Foods finds new ways to put food on many plates. We produce competitively priced sugar, flour and pasta that are highly sought after by our corporate and trade partners. At Boa Foods, we remain committed to lead with purpose and make a difference by embracing the responsibility to meet Africa's growing food demand. We dare to lead, so can you. Boa Foods, nourishing lives.
Kids, grown-ups, it doesn't matter. Have a cup of peak chocolate anytime and enjoy the delicious nourishment of chocolatey goodness. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Glad to know you're still there. And it's time to analyze the figures, and Benny will break them down for us on business news. Benny, I guess you've been calculating.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Lizzie, and welcome to business. Coming from recent flooding that killed many and displaced more than 1.3 million people in Nigeria, President Joe Biden of the United States says Nigeria should join in promoting an economy that is powered by clean, diversified, and secure energy sources while cashing in on opportunities in climate innovation.
The climate crisis is about human security, economic security, environmental security, national security, and the very life of the planet.
And taking a look at the markets, investors are smiling home this week as the Nigerian equities market wrapped up the week on a positive note. The all-share index advanced to 43,968.75 basis points. Market capitalization stood at 23.948 trillion naira. 209.7 million shares valued at 2,166 billion naira exchanged hands in 2,942 deals. Access Corporation, Transcap, and Guarantee Trust Company led in volume of shares. That is business news. Network News continues with Lizzie. It's nice doing business with you.
Nice doing business with you, Benny. Thank you so much. Now, the Festival of Arts and Culture resumed at the National Stadium in Surulere, Lagos, with dance drama focusing on national unity. Abdullah Mohammed was there.
It's a nation bound in peace and unity. Confusion has, however, begun to creep in, leaving many in disarray.
And please us electoral reforms. And they must
Now it's time to aggregate our diversity as a focal point of unity. And get the message of hope, peace, and unity.
We're using those dances, music and drama that are from our local communities, to ensure that we inform and educate our people of the need for us to be peaceful and to live in harmony with one another.
Over time, sometimes there's tend to seem to divide us. And we are saying, or the government is saying, that the best thing to do is to look at the thing that strengthens us and not the things that separates us.
A stone throw from the performances, a bubbling arts and craft market. Here are the fabrics, craft that distinguish African arts with the rest of the world. And here again, Naira and Kobo exchanging hands, driving the wheel of the economy. In the National Stadium, Surulere, Abdullah Mohammed, NTA News.
Let's take some messages, and when we return, sports will be up.
Every healthy family needs the right amount of energy to start their day, but sourcing for breakfast's splendid blend of nutritious multigrains? Big wahala. With the new Kellogg's Gold Grain cereal, you don't have to go through all of that. So now, your mornings can look like this.
Go, 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 Gold Grain, love the goodness of its multigrain. With protein and creamy tasty Kellogg's Gold Grain.
With vitamins and minerals in Kellogg's Gold Grain.
Go, 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 Gold Grain, love the goodness of its multigrain.
Kellogg's Gold Grain is a breakfast cereal fortified with vitamins and minerals from the goodness of multigrains like maize, unicorn, rice, and soya. Kellogg's Gold Grain.
Stubborn dark marks? Try new Nivea Lumina 630. Visibly reduces up to 10 years of stubborn dark marks in just 4 weeks. New Nivea Lumina 630. Get even and luminous skin.
Bye, Mom.
He's going to play in this weather. Why did you let him go? He might fall ill. And if he doesn't go out for practice, how will he win more trophies? To protect our family from illness-causing germs during the rainy season, we use Dettol soap every day.
Dettol with Germ Defense gives you protection. Rainy season brings a lot of germs. And Dettol soap's Germ Defense protects you from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol Soap.
In a third final in 20 years.
Simply out of this world. Get a GoTV decoder, GoTenna, and 1 month max subscription for only 6,900 naira. Watch all the 64 games live from Qatar on GoTV Super.
You're still watching the network news. Nigeria initiates a youth-led afforestation program codenamed Project 250K at COP27 in Egypt to drive nature-based solutions to climate change. Onenge Fineface brings us up to speed.
Particularly interested in your case because you're a medical doctor and now you are campaigning for tree planting. What caused this transition from the hospital to the field where you plant trees?
As a medical doctor, I come face to face with all these cases caused due to climate change. You have cases of respiratory diseases due to low air quality, and then you have cases of mental health, due to increasing in temperature. So you have two options as a doctor, whether to sit and keep prescribing antibiotics, or you should just do something in order to prevent occurrence of those diseases.
Energetic, full of ideas, Muhammad Hashim joined other young Nigerians on Youth Day at COP27 to articulate Nigeria-centric youth-led climate action. To promote youth inclusion in climate action, Minister of Sport and Youth Development announces a new national afforestation program, Project 250K.
We're going to work with our youth, 250,000 youth across the country. We already have global partners to plant 250,000 trees.
That will also help them to embark on green projects that are impactful, that would also help them not only to generate additional revenues and income for themselves, but also mainstream them into the day-to-day activities that will help us to reduce our carbon footprint.
It is good news for the youth, especially Hashim, medical doctor turned climate activist, giving them hope for inclusive participation in solving the climate crisis of which they are most impacted. In Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, Onenge Fineface, NTA News.
Next is Sports Update with Austin Idemodu.
Nigeria's historic performance in the just concluded African Continental Archery Championship in South Africa, winning 2 silver medals in the men's 50-meter compound bow and mixed gender category, has been described as a stepping stone towards the development of the sport in the country.
We're still looking for more people to partner with the Federation in terms of provision of kits, in terms of provision of training facilities, in terms of travels and all that.
Elsewhere, Sadio Mane has been included in Senegal's squad for the World Cup in Qatar despite suffering an injury scare in Bayern Munich's 6-1 defeat against Werder Bremen in the Bundesliga Tuesday. As his country's record goal scorer with 34 goals in 93 caps, Mane's fitness is key to Senegal's chances, and coach Aliou Cissé will be sweating on his availability ahead of their opener on November 21st before matches against hosts Qatar November 25th and Ecuador November 29th. Teranga Lions, who reached the quarterfinals in their debut in 2002 in France, are 18th in the FIFA ranking and have been Africa's highest-ranked team since November 2018. Meanwhile, actions resume this Saturday in the English Premier League with early kick-off between Manchester City and Brentford at the Etihad. Liverpool will host Southampton at Anfield. At 3:30 in the afternoon, NTA will bring you a live match between Tottenham Hotspur and Leeds United. With Sports Update, I'm Austin Idemodu, NTA News.
Thank you, Austin, for the updates. Next, I look at the weather picture for tomorrow, Saturday.
Hello and a warm welcome to Saturday's weather forecast. The prospect of morning thunderstorms over parts of Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, Cross River and Akwa Ibom states. Later during the day, there are better prospects of thunderstorms over the coastal belts. Meanwhile, the inland cities of the south, as well as the north central region, patches of clouds are anticipated with intervals of sunshine over the central parts of the country. However, a sunny and hazy atmosphere is anticipated over the north. Let's have a look at the air quality index. I'm Theodora Itum. Thank you for watching.
And that's the news. Thank you so much for your time. Do remember to always take action against rape and rapists. I'm Elizabeth Omori. Thank you so much for your time.
For the boys. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's truly a night of excellence. We move on to the next set of awards. Is anybody besides you sleeping? Anybody? Okay. We move on to the next set of awards. And to present this next set of awards, I'd like to invite Alhaji Bello Kenkerfi. A round of applause for him, please. If Alhaji Bello has stepped out, let me invite Mr. Tony Agemome to do us the honor. A round of applause for you, please. And the next categories are Experiential Agency of the Year and